I'd prefer not to repeat myself. Grant, she sounds conniving and much better than the design in Equestria Girls. Much, much better. Twilight can't get through the door fast enough. Barreling inside, she is already stammering and fighting her inability to rattle off 100 excuses simultaneously. I don't understand most of what's coming out of her mouth, nor do I think I should really try. Twilight, yeah, just let it slide. She's abruptly silenced by the headmaster's raised hand. Please, take a seat, both of you. As I look around, I can't help but notice how huge Celestia's office is. Does she keep a phoenix around? The walls, curving inward like the top half of an eggshell, are lined with books that seem to have come from all over the world. How can you tell that? Compared to the hallway outside, it's like I'm walking into an auditorium built for one person. Well, Celestia is egotistical. I'm pretty sure that's canon to the show. I quickly followed Twilight to the headmaster's desk, sitting in one of the two ornately decorated chairs in front of it. It's surprisingly comfortable. I'm so sorry we're late, Headmaster. We just got cut off with... Understand, Twilight. And I've told you before, Celestia is fine. How long have we been talking? Through letters? Yes, Headmaster. I'm pretty sure I can hear Celestia slying. Or maybe it just seems that way from how her shoulders are gently sagged. Then she turns to look at me. And you are Tom, correct? Something tells me I should probably be quaking in my books like Twilight books. After all, Starswirl is the most prestigious school around, and Celestia is at its top. However, looking in Celestia's eyes, I can't help but feel comforted. Is she a path? She gives off a sort of soothing vibe rather than a harsh one. She carries herself less like a principal and more like a mother. Is that how she looks at me right now? Yeah, I transferred in with Twilight. Of course. With a silent grace, she rises from her chair and walks around to the front of the desk. She places her hand on it for support before leaning up against it. I'm familiar with Twilight's reasons for transferring, but I'm afraid I've not heard anything from you beyond the dry text of this application letter. Yeah, you read the application letter that was in that trailer. I do not mean to insult your writing. It was a fine letter. I just prefer to hear things in your own words. Are you speaking to Twilight or me? As soothing as she comes off, she definitely sent a shiver down my spine. Out of all the things she could have asked, she starts with the one question I don't have an answer to. Wait. Chances are she's probably testing my qualifications to even be here, as I don't even have half of the qualifications Twilight has. It's as if I can already see my chances of going here slipping away. Sad. Oh well, I suppose it was nice while it lasted. We got to meet some awesome ladies. I pull my collar lightly, which seems to have suddenly become tight. To tell the truth, Headmaster, I'm not 100% sure. I know I sounded more certain in the letter, but I was hoping I would figure that out while I was here. It's not that I don't have ambition, it's more like I don't know where to aim it. Is that intentional? Please tell me that it was. Well, it sounded like a good answer to me, though I could easily be mistaken. Putting my thoughts into words, though, feels like I'm crashing into a rut. Like I'm stuck in a boat rushing down a turbulent river without a life jacket. Now everything's going downhill. We're up shit creek without a paddle. You're certainly not alone in that, Tom. Starswirl Academy has helped many young men and women, like yourself, find their calling, and I'm sure I can start you down the path, though I cannot walk it for you. I? As in Headmaster Celestia personally? Or is that just how she refers to Starswirl Academy? Maybe she meant to assure me, but I'm filled with more questions than answers. The Headmaster picks up some papers and looks through them quickly before turning to Twilight, and also Twilight is looking at me with a scowl. Now, my faithful student. That wasn't hard enough. There we go. Yeah, it was enough for me to actually pop up that message up in the top of the screen there. Sorry. Now, my faithful student, I've seen you signed up for a full helping of courses in every subject matter. Math, physics, English, foreign language, botany, technology, and even philosophy. Overachiever much? This is far too much, even for you, and quite unnecessary. Do not worry about missing out. There are lighter courses that will continue your education in the subjects you do not choose, but attempting to specialize in everything is impractical and defeats the purpose of specialization. That's not even taking into consideration the fact that you two are seniors. There simply isn't enough time, Twilight. She'll make time. I will recommend 2 or 3 specialties at most. But what if I... Yeah, Celestia raises an eyebrow directly at Twilight in the sort of, do we really need to have this discussion again manner. Almost immediately, Twilight falls silent. I wish I knew how to get Twilight to calm down like that. Maybe we'll learn in her path. Alright, 3 subjects. Think hard about the subjects you want to specialize in. Once you've decided, changing will be difficult, so be sure to pick the classes you know you want to take. Yes, Headmaster. Celestia gently nods her head at Twilight before turning to face me again. She looks through her papers again before addressing me. Thomas Daniel Stone. Where did the Daniel come from? Daniel Ingram? Oh, okay. Ugh. Nothing like being called by your first full name to make sure you feel like you've done something wrong. Yeah, like that sentence. According to what you have told me, you're not entirely sure what you want to do with your ambition. So I'm going to assume you have no personal attachment to the class choices on your application, correct? I shrink a little at my chair at being caught red-handed. I really only pick classes that seem to further my education in a general direction, rather than anywhere specific. I might have picked classes Twilight was going to be in as well. Well, that's alright. I'm sure you'll have a better idea of what you want after seeing some class demos. I'm not so sure about that. Here at Starswirl, I personally like to think there are 3 types of classes: technical studies, applied studies, and theoretical studies. Technical studies will give you classes focusing on gaining knowledge and the hard facts about science and life. These subjects will include classes such as technology and physics. They're excellent for if you think you might go into fields like engineering or scientific research, then I belong there. Applied studies will give you classes focusing more on talents you'll need from a more real-world perspective. These subjects will include classes such as English and foreign language. They will help prepare you for fields such as business management or foreign diplomacy. Why do I have the feeling that Twilight's going to pick one from each study? And theoretical studies will give you classes focusing more on seeking answers to life. Subjects such as philosophy and creative arts will be your focus. They will help you think outside the box, beyond others, yourself and others, and prepare you to help the world through means beyond math and labor. Of course, some classes fit into all subjects, and others are mandatory. But it's up to you to decide what kind of field you want to enter. So I want you to think about that for now, alright? Pick which classes you think will fit you best, and we'll set up your classes for you. Alright, that sounds fair. I hate being put on the spot. Celestia turns back to Twilight. As for you, Twilight, I know how hard it is for you to narrow down what you want to do from all the possibilities presented to you, so I want you to head to your dorm and think very carefully about the 3 subjects you're going to focus on. Once you have them, bring them to me tomorrow and I'll assure you're in the correct classes. Alright? Yes, Headmaster. Good. I feel like we've covered all that we need to for now. She turns to her desk and reaches over, grabbing 2 envelopes off of her desk. Turning back to us, she hands each of us one. I can see my name written on the front as I nervously take it from the headmaster's hand. Inside Inside of those are your introduction letters, maps of the school's layout, where your respective dormitories are, and the key to your rooms. I want you to head there and get some rest now. Get up something to eat from the mess hall. We'll meet here again tomorrow at 4 p.m. I assume that will be late enough to ensure you two make it here on time. As long as we don't run into Pinky again. Oh. Good, I'll see you then. Twilight, you are dismissed. I would like to share a word with Tom for a moment before he leaves. Oh no, I screwed something up, didn't I? Shoot, I'm starting to sound like Twilight. Okay, what'd I do wrong? Twilight gets up quickly and gives a quick bow before turning and heading for the door. The door closes with a click and a certain finality. I hope I'm not to find out that Twilight fears Celestia so much. Oh no. Now Tom, I know this is a lot to take in, and I imagine you're not used to having a more personal relationship with the Headmaster, correct? Is she a path? I nod, swallowing audibly. Somehow I keep eye contact. Now I don't want you to feel pressured here. The focus of Starswirl Academy is and always be on learning. For almost every student, that means picking classes that interest them and investing time and effort into the tasks given. I'm sure Twilight will attempt to get 4 or 5 specialties by me, despite my recommendations, because that's what works for her. Yeah, she knows her well. However, this is not an absolute truth. You may find extracurricular things interest you more than classes, and I urge you to pursue them. She leans forward, laying a hand on my shoulder. I can feel tension leaving me at the touch, and a warm smile melts my panic away. The only thing I ask of you is to, sorry. I only ask that you do it with... How do I read this? The only thing I ask of you is to do it with conviction and sincerity. Do not give less than you know you can. Yeah, I think I can do that. My voice still shakes, though much less as I thought I would. I feel like I'm in the daunting climb to find a purpose. I've finally gotten a good hold on something, and I'm just as nervous as you, Tom. Wonderful. You can leave now, but remember, I'll always be here for anything you need. I won't judge you if you have anything to confess, or rebuke you if you have any problems you cannot overcome on your own. I get up, leaving the headmaster, giving the headmaster a quick wave goodbye before we exit her office. The second I step outside, I feel like I should have given her a bow too. Seems more proper. Returning the waiting room definitely reminds me of how big Celestia's office is too. So what'd she say? Twilight's looking at me, holding her envelope to her chest, unsure whether to be excited or concerned. She just had some technical things to go over, boring stuff that you've already heard. Let's go. The two of us head down the hallway, Twilight opening her envelope to see what she's situated for now. I can't open mine. My mind is still running at a mile a minute. Maybe coming here was the right choice. Well? I blink a few times, turning to stare blankly at Twilight. Where are you living? My mind's still catching up. I don't really know what to say. How should I know where my room is? Twilight, sensing my confusion, points down at my hand. Your information packet! Open it! She sounds even more excited than I do to see what's inside. Stepping back into the world, I fumble with the packet a moment before opening it. Inside is a folder with several papers, many stapled together, with information ranging from a school layout to extracurricular activities. After a short search, I found the information I'm looking for. Mail 201. Second floor. Not bad. I don't know, I kinda like higher floors. You get to see more when you look out the window. Yeah, but you also have to run down a ton of stairs every time you leave. That's what elevators are for. She groans at my response. Stop being difficult. Even with elevators, it's still more troublesome. I read through the dormitory instructions, making note of all the amenities. Community area with tables and chairs, microwave, curfew, bed and furniture provided. Sounds cozy. The packet also mentions the track and pool for leisurely use, though I don't know how much I'll be using those. Doesn't sound too bad. I look up at Twilight. Do you think they took our stuff to our rooms already, or is it still sitting back in the lobby? Twilight puts a hand on her hips and pokes my forehead with the other, frowning. Do you ever listen? They said everything would be taken to our rooms. I swear, if you didn't have me, you'll be lost half the time. Literally and figuratively. I nudge her elbow, grinning. I guess it's a good thing you stick around then. I feel sorry for your mother having to put up with you for many years. Oh, burn. I held a hand to my chest, doubling over and groaning. My heart, you cruel, cruel person. Twilight smacks my head. You're making a fool of yourself. Would it kill you to be mature for once? No. Whatever, Mom. I'm serious. I hold back my next quip, not sure what I'm not sure what's gotten into her. Maybe the long day, maybe she's not in the mood for my antics, or maybe she really is worried about being embarrassed. Either way, her face holds only panic as she stares at me. Well, she's blushing right now. Hey, Twi, relax. I'm just trying to blow off some of the nervousness, especially seeing Celestia alone. It's my first day here, and I don't want to be the girl who hangs out with a weirdo. I got plenty of that while we were in grade school. Besides, Headmaster Celestia... I wave off her next statement. She really is obsessed with Celestia. Okay, I'll tone it down. But you really shouldn't worry about it. I'm sure just be Twilight, and I'm sure you'll make friends. That's why I'm one. Twilight straightened herself out, hugging her information packet to her chest tight, and letting out a long breath. Nodding to me, she allows herself a small smile. You're right. I gotta calm down. The headmaster wouldn't want her student running around in a panic. Classes haven't even started yet. Freaking out would be silly. Atta girl. Twilight looks at the building in front of us, uncertainty returning to her face. Well, this is the Well, this is the girls' dorm, I guess. Oops. Wow, it's a long day. Sorry. Well, this is the girls' dorm. I guess I'll see you tomorrow then? Yep, tomorrow. It feels wrong, leaving her like this. Part of me wants to stay with her, make sure she settles in alright, but she's a strong girl. She hasn't needed me for many years, and I doubt she needs me now. Besides, Wait, I don't know where I'll be. Could you point out the boys' dorm? I half expected a sarcastic groan and a roll of the eyes, but Twilight pointed to a building only a short ways off without any sort of exasperation. Thanks. Don't have too much fun without me. I did what I could to alleviate her anxiety, but in truth, I think I was more nervous than her. This place was her dream, a respected establishment run by an excellent headmaster who also happened to be her friend. She'll be neck deep in classes and textbooks before she knew it, and I'm enjoying every moment. Me? Well, all I've got is a pocket full of doubt and a packet full of promises. You too. Puffing out my chest in an effort to make a fool of myself into confidence, I start off towards the boys' dormitory. The walk is short, thankfully, giving me little time to think. I know if I spend too much time alone with myself, I'll start second-guessing everything. How long is this demo? I've been playing this for like an hour. The dorm entry lobby is fairly large. I can spot a pool table, table tennis, foosball, and a lounge area with an impressive TV. Cozy, in a word. There's a half-asleep student at the reception desk, probably stuck with some mind-numbing chore to pass the time. I don't envy him. I decided to forego asking for directions. Dorms are pretty simple buildings in my experience, much like hotels. 2 of 1 should be up 1 level and I can just walk until I find it. So, do I have a best friend or something? Once on the 2nd floor, I spot bulletin boards with campus activities, as well as floor plans for exit routes for fires. It seems the RAs have their own flyer as well. A basic welcome and introduction. I don't bother to read it. My room is about in the end, right next to the community bathroom and shower. That will make waking up in the morning more convenient. I take a quick peek inside and noting the sink and shower locations. They look private enough. I've never been thrilled at the idea of community bathrooms, but these don't look so bad. The tile looks clean and relatively new, and the sinks aren't messy either. Now back in the hallway, I dig my room key out of my information packet, looking at it like it's supposed to jump up and do something on its own. This is it, eh? The place I'll be living for the next 10 months. No point in standing around, thinking about it. I unlock the door and step inside. Do I have a roommate or something? My first impression is that it's small. There's just enough room for a closet, desk, dresser, and bed. That's it. My bags are on the bed, waiting to be unpacked. A wide window encompasses almost the entire wall to the opposite the door. letting in these last sunbeams for a dying day. Walking over to the bed, I push my belongings aside to allow myself a place to sit, sighing as I finally get to take a load off my dreary legs. Granted, I got to sit in Celestia's office, but that wasn't exactly relaxing. This is it. This is my life for the rest of the school year. This room, this campus, Twilight, and whatever friends I make along the way, assuming I can make any at all. I only really felt comfortable because I had Twilight alongside me the whole time. Sure, Celestia seemed nice enough, but how often would she actually be a part of my teaching? She probably spends all her time in that office. Well, that's why it's that big. Sighing, I unzip my suitcase. I reach in to pull out the first piece of clothing, and these aren't mine. Digging through the bag reveals some underwear that probably wouldn't fit me. Realization dawns upon me that I appear to have Twilight's luggage. Great. I quickly pack the panties away and zip up the luggage. I pull out my phone and quickly send her a text letting her know that we can switch back in the morning. Right now, I need to be unconscious. I moved Twilight's luggage off of my bed and plopped down, letting the stress and pain of today flow away into the sheets. I let out another deep sigh as I closed my eyes. I wonder if leaving home means we've grown up. Nah, not yet. The first step to adulthood is a long one. Alright, so that's the demo of Starswirl Academy. Overall, not bad. There are some spelling issues here and there, but I only saw like 2 of them. Or 2 or 3 of them, maybe. And as far as this demo goes, it showcases all the main characters. Like, it has the main 6 all there. Twilight's your childhood friend, supposedly. And, I don't know what Derpy is gonna do. Is she like one of those side characters that assists a path, or is she an actual path? And also Principal Celestia, or Headmaster Celestia, sorry. But the art style is pretty good, and the backgrounds are done nicely. So far, I'm really interested as to how the whole game would unfold. So, special thanks to the people at Zap Apple who has made this game, and for those of you who want to play this game for yourself, or at least play the demo, because I've been talking throughout most of it and fumbling through all the words, a link in the description below will lead you to where you can download the demo, as well as their dev blog and, well, their general website. So, no further information about Starswirl Academy yet, other than, well, they're still making the game. But either way, I had fun with this demo. I at least got a chance to see all the characters and how they're all drawn. I'm still wondering how this game would unfold. So, that's it from me. I am DudeMan2003/DMPhone3000. See you guys next time.